in school. We're going to get ready to get started here in less than 60 seconds and counting. Continue to state your name and your city in the chat. I see you coming in from all over, and we appreciate it. Seattle is out west. What's going on, Seattle? What's up, Tampa, Florida? What's up, Indianapolis? What's up, Shreveport? I love it. I love it. I love it. See you guys in a second. 60 seconds or less. Okay, let's do it. So let's do a quick recap. If you have not seen the back to school special and why it is so important, let's do a quick recap. On the first week in August, we talked about adjustment versus refund. There's a sheet of paper called a W-4 that you filled out when you got your job many years ago, and people have not filled it out since or even looked at it. The W-4 tells your employer how much to withhold for taxes. What does that mean? Well, there's a big chunk of your check going to the government. And if you don't revisit that form on an annual basis, then you find yourself in a position, if they're taking a third of your money out to check, that means that's a third of the year. So in essence, if you don't revisit your W-4, you're working for the government from January to April, and you don't really start getting paid until May. Can you believe it? So we showed you two individuals, Angela Adjustment, who revisited her W-4, thanks to our membership, thanks to the experts, thanks to the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that we give you on the back to school special. Now you get your W-4 adjusted, and those tax dollars come down, and your paycheck goes up because you now have a home-based business. That was week one. Week two, we showed you the importance of getting out of credit card debt. How can $5,000 cost you over $6,900? Can you believe that? $6,000, almost $7,000 because you borrowed $5,000 on a credit card. That revolving debt can eat you alive. We showed you the importance of getting out of the bloody mess. The first two in the series are important because what the W-4 adjustment does is give you an instant pay raise to help you get the debt paid off for the next series when you see just how serious it is that interest gets cut down to nothing. So you need to see the importance of getting out of credit card debt, and revolving debt is not your friend. Then we flipped it on week three. Last week, we talked about the banker's secret. Yes, the banker has a secret. How does he get double-digit returns at the bank and then turn around and give you single-digit returns when the bank doesn't even have any money? The bank actually has our money. The bank has your money. The bank has my money. They don't even have any money. And they mess around and give us pennies on the dollar while they make billions and trillions. Are you kidding me? So we show you how to actually become the bank and beat them at their own rules. Now, today I'm going to show you guys how it all comes together. This is what we call full circle. What's full circle? Do you know that arguably the number one asset you can own, or at least add to your current portfolio, is a home-based business? People say the tax deductions. People say the home-based business benefits. People say they understand it, but they really, really don't. Because if they did, there wouldn't be a soul walking around without one. Think about this. You already have your house. You already have your apartment. You already have a social security number. You were actually born an entrepreneur, just being in the country. But then they teach us to go to school and get a job. So you lost the entrepreneurship benefit that you were born with, and somebody told you it was more important to work for them instead of you working for yourself. What this sheet I'm about to show you gives you tonight is some numerical context. I like to prove to you, so you won't just think it's my opinion. I'm going to prove to you that a home-based business is a must. And then you can get with the person that introduced you so you can see the home-based business that you're looking at. People say, well, Brian, I need to go get a business. I got to go find some talent. I got to go find something to purchase or sell or flip or buy and resell and wholesale and retail. Well, you can do that. I'm not knocking that because who am I to tell you what to do? But what I highly recommend is that you just look at what we're doing right now and use us. You're looking at the home-based business. Brian, what's the business? Introducing people to the power of a home-based business and then including the membership, which is our service that shows you how to restore your credit, shows you how to minimize your taxes. Experts will actually eliminate or help you eliminate your debt. Experts will actually renegotiate your bills. Experts will show you how to get a trust fund in the common law jurisdiction. Experts will actually show you how to get precious metal. Experts will show you how to become your own bank. See, this service, along with this home-based business, is second to none. But are you going to get in the middle of the two and change your financial future? So the first thing you got to do is put on your home-based business hat. I'm going to show you tonight why you need one. Let's look at it real quick. I see you guys type in the comments. Just say, I'm ready if you're ready to go back to school for one final night. Let's look at it. One, the home-based business is the most powerful asset you can have. Now, I want you to type in the comments. I want you to type anyway bills. Anyway bills. Now, Brian, what do you mean? Well, there's certain bills that you're paying anyway that if you don't have a home-based business, they say you're actually costing yourself anywhere from $600 to $800 a month. Let me look you in your eye. Look me in my eye now. If you don't have a home-based business, you losing $600 to $800 a month just off the top. Every day, I want you to take $20 and go on the highway and just throw it out the window. And when you get sick of doing that, when you get tired of seeing those 20s just flying the wind and somebody else, another car gonna pull over and pick up your 20s every day, you'll get tired of not having a home-based business. I'm not letting $600 to $800 a month just go out the window. But that's what you're doing if you don't have one. So we're gonna take your anyway bills and show you what to do with the bills you're paying anyway, incorporate a home-based business, and then get all that money back. Here's how. Just because I'm an English major, I'm not good at math, I'm gonna give you an example. Your mortgage is $1,000. The government lets you take a percentage of your square footage in your house and use it for tax deductions. Now, CPAs, don't beat me up, and all y'all financial gurus, don't beat me up. These are just example. This is for example's sake only, just so you can see kind of how it works. This is not your profit and loss statement, okay? This is not your Schedule C. I'm not getting into all the nuances. I'm not a CPA. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm here for education purposes to give you an idea on what our financial advisors, they're going to tell you how to do it and do it for you. I'm just going to show you how it works. You got a mortgage. You can't use the whole house because they know that your bathroom and your kitchen and your hallway and your bedrooms is not your office. But let's just say 20% of it they let you use for your home-based business. Now, 20% of $1,000 is about $200 a month. So then you're going to take the $200 a month and you're going to multiply it times 12. That's $2,400 roughly that you were able to save in taxes because of your home-based business. Let's put it all together. Now, your utilities. You gotta have water in your home-based business, right? Because you got your office. You gotta have electricity, right? You gotta have heat. You gotta have AC. So let's just say 20% of the $500 you spend per month is $100. You gotta take that $100 a month, multiply by 12. That's $1,200. These are anyway bills. You didn't go make them up. You didn't have to create them. You didn't have to buy nothing. No equipment, no overhead, no inventory. Anyway bills. Well, you also got your cell phone. Now, these days, your cell phone is all but mandatory. So let's say you got $100 and you write off 100% of it. So this is your business line. You know, the calls you make are business calls. So you get $100, 100%, and you multiply it times 12. That's $1,200. So far, we're using our anyway bills. Now, you got to drive. All right. It's more now, but back in the day, it was like 56 cents when I created this layout. It's actually more than that now, but let's just use the old school 56 cents per mile. And let's just say this year you drove 10,000 miles for business. Brian, I thought it was a home-based business. Well, you got to talk to people sometimes, right? You might go get some coffee. You might go to a restaurant. You had to get there, didn't you? So 10,000 of your miles, of your 25,000 miles this year, 10,000 of them were business. You got to take 10,000, multiply it times 56 cents. That's another $5,600. You were driving anyway. See how this annual column is starting to add up? Okay, do me a favor, type in the comments. Add it all up. Because what you're doing is telling the government, look, I'm going to add this stuff up and you're going to take less of my money because I'm reinvesting in myself. Now, you got to eat. So let's just say of the $200 a month that you spend, and y'all know I'm being conservative, 50% of it is for business. So we're going to take $100, multiply times 12, that's $1,200. Let's add this thing up. Add it up. See, the more you add up, the less you're giving away. You didn't make this stuff up. Not inventory, not a lease, not stocking products in your cabinets and your garage. Anyway, bills. Add it up. You got your internet. Let me just ask you a question. Aren't we using the web right now? Don't you have to look at your reporting system? Don't you have to look at your analytics? Don't you have to upload your documents to the experts? Don't you have to look at your commission check? Don't you have to get on the Zoom and learn and get trained? Don't you have to set up your consultations via Zoom so they can teach you how to become your own bank? Yeah. Well, guess what? You're using the internet. So we're going to take 100%, just examples, for even math. We're going to take 100% of your $50 and we're going to multiply it times 12, and that's $600. Yeah, I know internet is more than $50, but I'm being conservative just to kind of show you that I'm not fluffing the numbers. You add it all together, you got about $12,000 in deductions. Now, when you take, for example, 6% for the state and 24% for the federal, we're going to take 30% of the dollars, and that's about $3,600. Now, this is what I want you guys to get. This is what people miss with the number one asset. If you didn't have a business, that $12,000 would still be taken out of your account because these are anyway bills. You understand? You don't have a business, but you still got to eat. You still got to drive. You still need internet. You still got mortgage or rent, and you still have a cell phone, and you still got utilities. So the $12,000 was leaving your house anyway. That's why I call them anyway bills. Because you have a home-based business and you keep in good records, that same $12,000 gets deducted from your taxable income. That means your taxable income is $12,000 less. Well, without the business, you were $12,000 less anyway. So why don't the $12,000 at least save you $3,600? Because you're a business owner, you get to show the government that a percentage of my anyway bills need to come off my taxable income. So now your taxes are $3,600 less. Guys, that's called phantom money. It's the money you make between the lines by having a business, and it's the money you throwing away if you don't. Come on now. This ain't difficult. Wealthy people say, hey, I didn't earn money. That's called earned income. But I kept the money in my account because the government didn't get it, and I shifted the money back to me. That's $3,600 that's still in your account because the government didn't take it because you got a business. You're looking at it. We introduce people to the power of a home-based business and then offer the experts, offer the membership with the experts to help you manage it. Now, let me show you something, because you can share this business, right? You can share the business. Let's say you build super slow. Boy, you take your time. You hit what's called executive, which is 3 referrals, and you make $200 a month. You're not tearing up the comp plan. You're not blazing trails. You're not setting records. In fact, you going as you we tell you to go left, you go right. We tell you to go up, you go down. We tell you to get on training, you don't. We ask you for 15 minutes, you busy. But you still manage to earn $200 a month. We take the $2,400 that you made in commissions for the year. We take the $3,600 that you got in your account still net because you didn't give it away. We put that together. This home-based business has earned you $6,000. The problem with most people, they've been taught to work for every dime. So if $6,000 doesn't come into your house, you don't think you earn $6,000. That's a big misconception about money. Wealthy people say, how much do I save in taxes? Because taxes are inevitable. So if it's still with me and I earn the money and I lower my taxes, the net income is still with me. The net effect is in my account. $2,400 in saving in our commissions, $3,600 in tax savings, $6,000. Now let's look at, before we go, where else you can earn $6,000 and what you would need. Well, at 1%, you need you need $600,000. Anybody got $600,000 just laying around in the bank getting 1%? It'll bring you $6,000. Or you can say, well, no, Brian, I got a nice fund, man. I got 3%. Okay, $200,000 just laying around, just nothing to do with it. Bringing back $6,000 at 3%. Oh no, Brian, I got 6%. Okay, you need about $100,000 just laying around doing nothing. So most Americans don't have 600,000, 200,000, 100,000 laying around, but most Americans have $249 to get the same $6,000 that the big dollars would have gotten you annually. See, here's the problem before we go. The problem is you were taught that if you earn money, that's the only way to make money. And you were taught that you got to have a lot of money to invest so it can bring back 6,000. You know, I got 600,000, I got 300,000, I got 200,000, I got 100,000. So you've been saving and working your tail off to find 6% somewhere to earn the same $6,000 that $249 can get you with a home-based business. It's the same 6,000. Now, just imagine if you told a few more people that you're learning these kind of principles. Just imagine if you told a few more people and got more than $200 a month. Imagine if you earned, $500 a day, $100 a day, $3,000 a month, not $2,400 per year, $36,000 a year, $120,000 a year. What if you hit $15,000 a day and you make $450,000 a month? Does this scenario change just a little bit? Don't let $249 and a scenario of $6,000 keep you from making $100,000, $300,000, $600,000 that the comp plan and the tax savings can bring you collectively. So here's my question for you guys. Why aren't we sharing the power of a home-based business with everyone we know? And why are you begging and not or listening to people who don't understand this? Why are you pursuing, convincing, persuading, inducing people who have no idea that everything they need to get wealthy they already have? But the first step is to get your money back from the people who got it away from you. This thing has come full circle. This has been an amazing 4 weeks. You now know to revisit your W-4 and our enrolled agents will adjust it for you to get an instant pay raise. You now know to take that money and get out of any revolving debts you have, because debt and interest is not your friend. And interest is the penalty you pay for the right to own something in advance you cannot afford. You now know that the bank has a secret. So we show you how to become the bank on week 3. Where do you get these returns from that the bank is getting? Easy. Put your money where the bank is putting it. And now you know that you have everything you need. Your social security number makes you an entrepreneur, and you have a house or apartment. Why are you throwing away $600 to $800 a month? I have no idea. That's what we call going back to school. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. The person that showed you this video will show you how the experts actually work, how to actually upload the documents, how to get the membership and the home-based business to work in your favor so you can bring at least $2,187 per month back into your household. And if nothing else, that can make you wealthy when we show magazines. Thanks so much for an incredible August. I hope you guys enjoyed our back to school special, and we'll get back to our regularly scheduled program. You guys have a good night.